Well, before we kick off this episode, I got to tell you, Nature Bee have come up with something dangerous. Their new Power Bee Bite Bars. Chocolate caramel or peanut honey choc chip. They taste so good, you're going to forget they're healthy. Packed with protein, boosted with power pollen, they're perfect for the road, perfect for the shed, perfect for the man cave, perfect anytime you need a quick lift. And they're paired beautifully with your daily power pollen capsules to create the ultimate wellness routine. Links are in the description right now. But stick around, I'll tell you more.
Start listening to Bonafide, it's a really good podcast show. Available on Spotify, it's a really good download. Stop apologizing for missing an episode. Time is short, life is good. It's time for us to tune to a podcast man cave. Yeah! Thomas and Kelsey behind the scenes, getting all the special guests. The different segments, hooks and jokes. Fridays are the best. People send in voicemail and get things off their chest. It's enough to make Luke Bona believe that his podcast will take the lead. A podcast man cave. Yeah! With the vice captain, Adam McDonald.
So a very special episode of the Man Cave today. Our last one for a couple of weeks because I'll be doing other things. But the Vice Captain is with us again from the nation's capital with a very special guest. It's Wonderboy. Wow, what a reception.
It's me. And he's very excited to be here.
I can tell, geez.
Well, didn't you guys say that you're a bit dusty?
We had a bit of a late night. I turned 49 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. We did go, well, I went out and had a couple of wines and Wonderboy bought dinner, which was really nice. So I'm a little bit shaky.
So you're 49th. 49th? What did you do?
Yeah, we just went up to the local pub here, had a counter meal, lost some money on the pogies, standard. It was a nice night.
How much did you lose?
I can tell you.
200.
Oh, that's all right. It's your birthday. I feel like 200 is okay for your birthday.
That's right.
Do you know what Nikki does? We went up to Avoca and we go to the Avoca Bowling Club, which is a fantastic club. You should see it. It's just packed out with families. But they do have a pokey machine place. And Nikki said, we got $10 change from dinner. Let's go and put it into a pokey and see how long we can make $10 last, right? So she's playing 5 cents. Or what? I don't know. I don't play them. What's the lowest you can gamble on a pokey?
1 cent. You could probably play 1 cent, I think.
Okay. Oh, she's there for hours. I said, I'm going to go.
She's frugal. She knows how to make it last.
But $10 was the limit, and it went for ages.
Yeah.
And they kept bringing us free drinks.
Yeah, that's right.
We were actually having this conversation the other day about, I think and actually Wonderboy, you might have an opinion on this. I think all young boys go through like a pokey phase, right? Because I found out the other day that WA doesn't have pokies.
Western Australia don't have them.
Yeah, no, you can own, because my dad was over from Perth and we were talking about how like some boys never grow out of the pokies, like on your birthdays and stuff, like you always go back to the pokies. And they were saying that in Western Australia, you can only access pokies by going to the casino. They don't have them in like pubs and stuff.
It used to be like that in Victoria. And so there used to be these bus tours that would go from Melbourne or Geelong or wherever, and they'd go up to Albury-Wodonga, go across the bridge, day trips just to play pokies.
Yeah.
And then drive back.
Wonderboy, are your friends into pokies?
Yeah, all of them are turning 18 and the ones who have fake IDs are all going to pokies in the pubs right now. All of them.
Yeah.
So many of them.
And they have a tap. You're 18 now, Wonderboy, so you're never interested in you. Just while I have an 18-year-old with me, there was a story I was discussing earlier in the week about the growing number of young Australians who are vaping. And they're not necessarily they're not smoking tobacco products, they're vaping. And there was a study that came out that between the ages of 16 and 19, 16 and 19, 1 in 6 of that age group are vaping. Can you tell me why?
I'm surprised it's that high. I would have pegged like 1 in 4 maybe is more realistic.
Wow.
It's so accessible,
Yeah.
and it's just like there's a culture around it in a way. Like it's just like everyone does it, everyone knows how to get it easily, and it's not seen as like something that's crazy. Like it's just something you do just really casually as well. I think that's why it's so popular, is because it's like, oh, I'll just hit the vape. It's just a vape.
I remember years ago, one of Wonderboy's mates, I was speaking to his mother, and his mother said, "Oh, what do you do about Wonderboy vaping?" And I'm like, "Fuck, he doesn't vape." And he goes, "Well, my boy does." And I think he was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then, like it's been around, and like you said, you know, it's so accessible. All this bullshit about, oh, we're going to crack down, you can't buy them anymore. Every single tobacconist has got that brown paper bag underneath the front counter, like, and they're more than happy because it's illegal anyway. They've got no qualms about flogging them off to school kids. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who used to import it to businesses who now are able to just like go straight directly to like talk to people about them and stuff. Like I have mates who just get it imported. They don't get it from like a shop or anything, so it's cheaper, and they get
On Amazon.
yeah, pretty much, and they just get it. They get it cheaper as well because of that. They're not paying for the middleman. It's crazy.
Our year group would have been absolutely screwed if we had vapes available when we were at school, because when we were in high school, we used to like steal a ciggy off mum, and you know, we'd all share one ciggy between like 12 girls, and we thought we were so cool. If we had access to vapes, that would not have been good.
Because Adam and Wonderboy, there's a very sad story that led me to this conversation I had with Dr. Philip Norrie. It was a story of a 17-year-old girl, beautiful girl, 17, and she'd been vaping since she was 14, on the sneaky, but she had access to vapes at 14. She's been diagnosed with popcorn lung, and she has got that for the rest of her life.
What is it? Popcorn lung. What is it?
Oh, it's named after the chemical additive that they used to put in popcorn to make it give it a buttery flavour, because the people who worked in the popcorn factories were getting this crook lung. And it's a chemical, and I'll find it. I'll Google it now. I was discussing it with Philip Norrie, Dr. Phil. Yeah, and so it was. They found out that these people working in popcorn factories were getting this terrible lung complaint, and it was putting scar tissue on the lung, which is irreparable.
Yeah,
and you can get not just severe terminal bronchitis, but pneumonia.
Well,
and that's why it's called popcorn lung.
Is that better than cancer?
No, they're both bad. But Wonderboy, I've said this 100 times, but I'm just interested to hear from an 18-year-old. So when my daughter had her engagement party here, well, let me just explain to Wonderboy, because he can't hear the previous podcast.
Okay.
He should. Kelsey, how many people were here? 30, 40? Yeah, and nearly everyone was vaping, but particularly the girls. And so I asked the question. I said, are you vaping to try and get off tobacco products? Because that's what e-cigarettes were originally for, to help wean you off tobacco. And they said, nah, every one of them had gone straight to vaping.
Girl dinner.
Why?
Because it's easy and it tastes good.
That's the thing. It's the flavors that get the kids hooked, like bubblegum and fucking banana and.
I saw a chocolate milk flavor the other day. It was chocolate milk.
Oh, gross.
I mean, tell me that's not absolutely directly targeted at children.
Or adults can't enjoy sweetie.
So were those pineapple, raspberry, and cherry breezers, the alcoholic breezers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cruisers,
Yeah.
I love a cruiser.
Well, they're aimed at, I reckon, predominantly young girls.
Yeah, I had them at my 16th birthday. You can only have one cruiser at a time, though, because
Who drinks two at a time?
no, but like I mean, like
You got one-
I feel like you've got to have a break in between.
You got two bottles with two straws going in at once, have you?
Double barrel tornado gun.
Yeah.
Look, I have done it before, but I would hazard a guess, Wonderboy, that you don't vape, or maybe you do it on a rare occasion because you are very active.
Yeah, no. I just know it fucks with like my cardio and stuff, so that's why I don't really want to do it. That's pretty much the only reason I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
He was saying the other day, once his sporting career's over, he's going to get on the smokes and the beers heavily because he's missed out as a youth.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, at that point, if you start at like 35, like you're not going to get fucked up that bad.
Yeah, you on binge exactly the same, mate.
yeah.
No, because you would have 35 years of healthy activities. I'd be like a superhuman to come to smoking.
And then you can die at 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the human body's
Who
resilient.
cares?
So you can go without drinking, without smoking for 35 years and then think, tomorrow I'm going to take it up and get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about your dedication to martial arts and the discipline it's taught you. Your dad has shared your journey with us on air for many years now, and he's very, very proud of you. Tell us exactly what is the discipline that you're a black belt now?
No. It takes like longer to get a black belt than it does like most like degrees from like universities and stuff, like from start to finish.
What is your discipline?
Well, predominantly it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's his first.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one he's ranking up in belts.
Yeah,
That's the one that has belts. Yeah, that's the one that like do like all ranks and stuff.
Yeah,
it was in pubs as a kid. I'd watch like the UFC and stuff, and then I'd say like the start of being able to like see it and stuff. I didn't really care about it because I was so young. But then when I got older, I like started looking into it more, started liking it more. And then one day I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I want to like try it out. I want to do it. So I headed down to the local gym, tried out striking, tried out jiu-jitsu. The head coach there, who's still my head coach today, convinced me to do just the jiu-jitsu part, which is all like the wrestling, the grappling and all that stuff. I've been doing that for like 4 years now, 4 years. I've got a job doing it now, teaching classes, coaching people. We just had a competition on Saturday that we won. We won out of all the gyms. We got first place. We got a massive gold medal for it. I wasn't there though. I wasn't there.
But you trained them.
Oh yeah, I've trained a few of them. I wouldn't say all of them. One of them was my one of the coaches competing. The other one was my mate. He did pretty well. Yeah.
We were talking last episode about how this jiu-jitsu and just really just like your dedication to, I don't know, being active really helped you in school. Tell us about, because I have ADHD, so I know what it's like to bing bong. I know what it's like to like feel very out of place and not really understand why, but I didn't have an outlet for my energy really growing up. I only found that later on in life. So, you know, how did that help you?
I'd say it obviously, for obvious reasons, it doesn't improve your schooling, but I think it helps in the way that it doesn't make it worse. Like there's a lot of people who, when they don't like school and they start dropping subjects and stuff, they'll start skipping and they'll start doing all this like flop behavior. You know, like they'll start bombing it because they don't like it. But I'd say when you get into martial arts or when you have that thing at like the end of the day, that time where you got to go to training, no matter what it is, if it's going to play sport, if it's going to like play chess even, like it's really good just because it gives you a reason to sit there. It gives you a reason to just get through it because you got to do something at the end of the day it's not just something that you like. It's something that just feels right to do.
So you didn't get into it because you felt threatened or you were being bullied and you wanted to have a self-defense discipline? What were the reasons? What?
You could probably hear from Dad, like, especially when I was younger in like primary school, I'd get into a few scraps just because of certain anger issues I had when I was much younger. So I wasn't really worried about the bullying and stuff because anytime like someone would start trying to like pass through and stuff like that, I'd shut it down pretty quick. It was more just like a general interest in it and just like seeing the sport done, like MMA. Like right now I'm trying to become an MMA fighter. Like I love jiu-jitsu. I always loved jiu-jitsu, but right now I'm trying to like transition into striking just so I can have all bases. Yeah, it was never a thing of like being worried about something, being scared to get bullied, being scared on the street or anything. It was just more of an interest in the sport. Like it looks fun to do. It's pretty fun to do. It's active.
I think one of the reasons why we went to the martial arts is Wonderboy would play team sports and
oh yeah, this dude, yeah.
We were never in a good team. Like all the teams were shit and we didn't win anything and we were always also ran and get a fucking participation medal. You just get the shits with it and say, I don't want to do it. So when we discussed martial arts and I said, well, if you lose, it's your fault. There's no one to blame. There's no out. And he got that. And that was the main reason why we first started. You know, I was looking at some photos the other day about the first competition. The first competition he did, he got a silver medal and he was this scrawniest little kid. It's unbelievable. This was only probably 3 years ago. And the 3 years ago, the difference now, like I showed you the photo of him poolside last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the difference is absolutely amazing. That's just in 2 years. So I think
that's not even strength and conditioning. That's just eating and going to training.
That's right. Yeah, I pay the food bills. I know all about fucking eating. Steak and eggs, man. Steak and eggs all day long.
cheese sticks too.
And carbs.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, as a dad, are you concerned about the MMA thing? And I tell you why. There are more and more parents who are pulling their kids out of contact sports like rugby league because they don't want their kids to get hurt, and they're being channeled towards other sports like tennis or basketball or, in particular, soccer. Soccer's really, really huge. Does it worry you as a parent that MMA, your boy is probably going to get hurt? I'm amazed, and Wonderboy, I want to know your opinion on this. Because we are so concerned now about CTE and concussions, when you look at a sport, a contact sport like MMA, or even let's get it down to grassroots boxing.
Yeah.
Now, the ultimate result in boxing is what?
Knockout.
A knockout. You can win on points, someone can tap out, but the ultimate result, the ultimate level is a knockout. That is inflicting brain damage on your opponent. And I'm amazed it's still allowed to go on. What are your thoughts, both of you?
About the CTE and stuff, boxing and take the UFC, for example, with CTE and with head concussions and with especially retired fighters having memory issues, cognitive brain issues and all that, boxing is significantly worse purely based on one rule. In MMA, in UFC, as soon as you're out, as soon as you're knocked out, knocked down, as soon as you've been subbed, the fight's over straight away, right? It's over even before you even concede to it. There's times where you've probably seen that refs will have to stop the fight, right? In boxing, refs will stop the fight for that 10 count. That 10 count is the thing that kills people and stops lives. Is as soon as you've been knocked down and you get that 10 seconds to stand back up, that is when it is really dangerous. CTE and head concussions and stuff, they're not crazy bad. When you're a UFC fighter, when you're an MMA fighter, MMA fighters have significantly less head trauma and all those types of issues. There are a few, say older fighters or just people who have been fighting for years and years and years, especially when they start doing really heavy contact from a young age and just have done that from start to the end of their fighting career. That's when you'll see those issues. But I'd say if you time it right, and you're doing your fights properly and stuff like that through MMA, there's no reason why after you retire, you don't have crazy head trauma, you don't have crazy injuries like that.
I think
with boxing though, that's when it happens way more just because of that 10 count. Apart from that, it'd be fine. That 10 count is the thing that just kills lives.
Yeah.
And I think with boxing, because of the big, heavy padded gloves, the sustained damage.
Yeah, 12 rounds. Professional boxing's 12 rounds.
That's right, 12 3-minute rounds, and just the continuous thuds against the head. I think with MMA, the knockouts, they're only light little gloves and they're flash knockouts. So it's one good shot and you're done. You're out, you're over. So I think the issue with boxing is the sustained pounding that your head takes for 12 rounds, where mixed martial arts is 5 rounds at best for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But just going back to, am I concerned about Wonderboy getting in the cage? I don't think I am, to be honest. The passion that he shows for the sport, you've got to sort of back up. And, if you're good enough, you don't get hit. So just don't get hit. So you're good enough not to get hit, not to get worked. But going in as an amateur fighter, which is what we're looking at doing soon, there's no head strikes.
Well, it depends on the league, but there's introductory competitions into MMA.
Yeah.
So and they bring it out for people who are starting, also for the people who aren't trying to be a fighter, but also like the idea of competing, like that pressure, like that end goal of the day is that they're training to go and have a competition. There's people who train casually just because they like doing the sport in the training room. They like the community. It's great. I like it for that reason too. But then there are also people who like it because they're good at the sport, because they have an edge to it, but they might be too old. They might not be wanting to pursue the career of being a professional fighter.
But I'll tell you this. Going through all the sports that we've done as Wonderboy's grown up, the mixed martial arts community is the most open and welcoming and friendly. People have these preconceived ideas that all these pricks are thugs and they just want to punch on. It is the total opposite.
Complete opposite.
You can train at other people's gyms. They'll give you tips. When he's rolling on the floor and he's in a battle with someone and he gets submitted, the guy will say, well, this is how I submitted you. This is what you should have done. And it's like human chess.
Yeah.
And the whole community is more than open and welcoming. You wouldn't believe if you're not in it, I can't tell you how much It is open and welcoming and friendly, especially the jiu-jitsu community.
Yeah, especially that.
Do you want to know an interesting fact? And we'll keep going on this because I find it fascinating. Way back in the day in Europe and particularly in England, did you know that the concussions, the CTE, and those serious head injuries only happened after boxing gloves? When it was bare knuckle fighting, they didn't aim for the head because you'd break your hand. Yeah. So they would specialise in body shots.
Yeah.
It was when the gloves came in, that's when they started going for the head because their hands were protected. Tell me this. Do you think a lot of people get into martial arts because they have anger issues? Like when you're about to face an opponent, Wonderboy, right? I mean, it's a physical thing. Do you hate them?
No, never.
Tell me how what your mindset is when you're about to go into an important.
So back in the day, I'd say that there were a lot of fighters that were obviously rooting their career in their anger, or just being a person who likes to fight because they like to be dominant over another person. Today, I'd say the sport is way too
like
technical.
Mike Tyson.
Exactly, right? Even though he was very technically proficient and all that stuff, like if you look into his training camps and stuff, the stuff that they would do was like breaking edge. Like they were ahead of the game. But within today, being across a few gyms, like I've obviously been to a few gyms. I train at 2 gyms currently, and I see a lot, you see a lot of people who come in because they're angry and stuff like that, or not angry at you, angry at anyone, but they just want to use it as a way to get that anger out. The day that sparring hits them, the day that active live rounds hits them, that's away from the technique and all that, they have a big fucking shock. Based on the fact that I'll have like an 80 kilogram guy who's putting his entire energy into beating me, and I'll finish the match in 2 seconds with a smile on my face, being relaxed, right? It's at that point where if you're bringing emotion into a technical sport, it's just gonna bring a deficit to yourself, as in a firefighter wouldn't break down in tears because he has to run into a fire. He just runs into the fire and starts trying to save people best he can. All that emotion stuff, that can come later. But at that moment, it's just more of a spot of just being okay, well, I'm in a situation now. What's the best route I take? It's not, I'm really angry. I'm going to see red. I'm just going to throw until he's dropped or I drop. There's people that do that. And they don't make it far in the sport.
It's like a chess match.
It's just a chess match.
It's like a human chess match. Like if I do this, it's going to make him do that. Then I can do this. Then he'll do this, and then I can finish with this.
Yeah.
And it's literally if you go into it seeing red, you're fucked. You're not going to. It's detrimental to yourself. You've got to be calm. You've got to be cool. You're thinking four or five moves in front. It is literally a chess match, and that's the beauty of the sport.
All right, you know me. I am definitely not one for rabbit food, but these new Power B bite bars from Nature B, they are the real deal. Crunchy chocolate caramel, peanut, honey, choc chip, proper flavours, real flavours. And here's the kicker. Each one's got 5 grams of protein plus Nature B's famous Power Pollen to give you that natural lift. And they're just $14.95 a box. Perfect when you're on the go, between meals or need a pick-me-up on the road. It's a snack that actually fuels you, not just fills you. I chuck one in with my Power Pollen capsules in the morning, and I'm sorted for the day. You can grab a 6-month supply of Power Pollen for just $160, and they'll throw in an extra month and 2 bars of their famous pollen and honey soap for free. So if you want to level up your wellness routine, grab a box of Power B bite bars with your next order of Power Pollen. The links are in the description right now.
I've got a question. Adam, have you ever given it a go? And if you were to give it a go, I think I'm going to make a big call here, but I would hazard a guess that
Whoa, a big call coming.
I would hazard a guess that Wonderboy would win.
I've got him on hand strength. We've been down this road, but
really?
the problem with me is my ankles. If I didn't have my ankle issue, I would have started at the same time as him, and I'd absolutely dominate him.
Ha! You reckon, Wonderboy?
But as you say, as it is now, put the money on George.
A man without hopes and dreams is lost, so it's good he's got a path.
Oh, that's very good.
That is very good.
Very good.
That's all I'll say.
Got to ask you this. Would you recommend, say, someone like Kelsey or anyone taking up martial arts for self-defense? Because it's a dangerous world in which we live and people are carrying bloody knives and machetes.
I'll give you some free self-defense advice right now.
Yes, please.
If anyone ever pulls a knife,
a gun, oh no, not a gun, a knife, machete, any object that it's looking to impale you, the number one thing any self-defense teacher will ever teach you, anywhere you go, is run the other way as fast as you fucking can. There is no reason to stand and try and die on a hill when you're having a knife fight with someone else. Like, if someone has a knife on you, bolt. Every UFC fighter would do that. Every single self-defense teacher, that's the first thing they teach you, is to leave the situation. Second thing they'll always teach you is to always get the upper hand in the situation. So if there's like a shovel next to you or something like that, you're always arming yourself. If anyone pulls a knife, anything like that, run as fast as you can the other direction.
Yeah.
Every single time. There's no reason to die on that hill. If you're cornered in an alleyway, climb the wall or get on the roof or something. Like, get away.
I think jiu-jitsu as a self-defense system is really good because, you know, you look at any sort of altercation or fight that's on the streets. It's never a stand-up boxing match. Like, it always ends up on the floor. It's always grabbing and grappling and wrestling and trying to get the upper hand. So with the grappling side of jiu-jitsu is about just subduing the opponent or the person that you're against. And I think it's a wonderful self-defense system.
Also, statistically, in those situations where you get into like say there's like a lady walking on the street and there's some dodgy guys trying to do some dodgy things, or just one, or whatever situation may be, dude on the street, anything. The number one most like successful thing that like gets people to get away is just planning and practicing. So always get professional advice, obviously, on what you're planning to how to defend yourself if a situation would arise. But the number one time where people have escaped those types of situations where they've been mugged or maybe something worse is trying to happen, the number one way that people have got away is just planning and practicing. So I'd say jiu-jitsu is great for the self-defense, but it's also just like broaden your horizons, like bring yourself into as many uncomfortable zones as you can within the gym. And that's going to give you the best like base in the real world when you need to plan those situations, when you need that grit in those situations. Plus, literally anyone could do jiu-jitsu just as like a casual sport. Literally anyone. I saw on Instagram Reels the other day, I saw a dude who had one arm, just one arm, no legs, no left arm. He had one right arm. He won gold at a competition purely because of how accessible the sport is. And it's not trying to like, it wasn't like giving him a handicap or anything. Like, it was legit just him versus a dude with 4 limbs, and he still got the gold in that scenario.
I know there's a guy in, I think he's in Sydney, that he's got one leg. He's a constant competitor at the competition. So
yeah,
it's ageless. It's such a good rounded sport. And as far as fitness goes, like you wrestle someone for 3 minutes, you'll know your cardio. Make no doubt.
Wow. Fascinating stuff. Well done. A couple of other topics I wanted to ask Wonderboy about, and you can jump in too, Vice Captain. Kelsey and I were reading this week that Gen Z, which is you, Gen Z has begun to reject the thumbs up emoji, perceiving it as rude, hostile,
for fuck's sake,
and passive-aggressive. While older generations, Adam, like you and me, thumbs up meant that's fantastic. But apparently Gen Z are avoiding the thumbs up emoji because it's not cool. What do you make of this?
I'd say it comes from a place of laziness, purely because when you send someone a message, when you receive a message, to say that it's like acknowledged or something, all they do is just double tap and it shows up with that red heart. You got to put effort into putting the thumbs up. So when you got to put effort into putting the thumbs up, it's assumed it's like showing an effort in acknowledgement and just giving it a heart, you know, like it's seen as like a passive aggressive way to say like, okay. Yeah. Most of the time. I mean,
it's fucking ridiculous.
It is a bit ridiculous.
I'll give you one of these ones next time. Like, for fuck's sake, it's a thumbs up. It means beauty. Gotcha. I understand. It's okay. Like, I don't understand these children. I don't understand.
I'm like in between Gen Z and millennial, right? So I find it really hard to know. I'm definitely not cool, but like I like find it really hard to communicate online now because I know that Gen Z finds it cringy when millennials use the laughing emoji, and like now they're using like the skull dead emoji, and I'm like, and they say that like you can tell your age based on how somebody uses emojis.
I'm lost on this. I'm completely lost on this. I'll leave this for you and Kelsey to discuss. I mean, fancy thinking that a thumbs up emoji is wrong. What the hell? People, the trouble with this generation
it is a bit passive aggressive.
They've got nothing more important to worry about?
It's all about the vibe that's going with the emojis, I'd say. Like each emoji has its own vibe. Like no emoji is like what it actually looks like, I'd say. Each one has like a certain vibe. And that's why people take it differently, and they say, oh, we can tell your age by the emojis you use.
Wonderboy, what are your top 3 most used emojis?
It'll be the thumbs up you watch.
What's the eggplant emoji?
It's penis.
How,
Eggplant is code for a penis. A peach.
why is an eggplant a penis and not a banana?
I don't think they have a banana emoji.
So an eggplant's what's a peach?
A butt. My most used emoji is the laughing face.
Mine's the heart.
Mine's I've got the monkey that does this.
What does that mean?
I've got the strong arm, and then I've got the hands that do the heart shape.
Oh, the heart shape.
Oh, I love the hand. Yeah, I've got the hand hearts.
At the moment. I was in a few joke arguments with my mates last night, so we pulled out some pretty random emojis. I've got a gravestone in my most recent from it.
Love it.
Mine's a heart. The guy that's going like this.
I've got that one too. That one's
And a
cold.
flamingo. Fuck if I know why I've got a flamingo.
What's a flamingo?
A flamingo. It's just a flamingo.
Why would you put that at the end of a sentence?
Like maybe like you feeling like, oh, I look fancy. Well, you know the saying, a picture tells 1,000 words?
Then why can't I paint you? That's the rest of the lyric.
Is it? Yeah. Oh.
That song, if a picture could paint 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? It was a hit by 2 people. It was a song. One was David Gates, who was the lead singer in a very soft cock band called Bread, and you won't believe it. The other one was the bald actor Telly Savalas, who played the character Kojak. He was a TV detective, bald head, and he always sucked on a chupa chup. And he had a hit with If.
You're talking to me like I know who these people are.
Well, look him up. It's a bit of history for
I
you.
shall never look that up, but I'm sure the listeners will understand what you're talking about.
Anyway, emojis. I don't get them. I don't use them. And I don't care if I'm not cool. I couldn't give a rat's ass.
Oh, what a shock. What a shocker. What a revelation.
We're going to move on to another topic. Vice Captain, what do you make of this story? This is another story that we found online, so it must be true.
Always.
It's about a wedding photographer who was also a dog groomer and a friend of the people having the wedding.
Oh, yes, I read this.
This wedding photographer deleted all the photos and left after the groom denied him food and water during a long wedding shot. The photographer had agreed to shoot the wedding for a low fee of $250 as a favour. That is low.
That's so low.
They're thousands, aren't they?
Oh, thousands.
What's a wedding photographer?
Oh, between 5,000 and 10,000,
Yeah.
depending on what you're getting.
So he's lowered the price. I don't know. Maybe he was a shit photographer. Maybe he was a better dog groomer than a photographer.
100%.
So anyway, the photographer who normally works with dogs agreed to photograph his friend's wedding, $250. The conditions: he worked for hours in hot conditions without a break for food or water. No food was provided for him. When he asked for a short break to get something to eat, the groom told him to either continue working or leave without pay. The photographer confirmed the groom's refusal, deleted all the photos he had taken and left the wedding. The story has become a viral sensation online, with many people supporting the photographer's decision. Some people criticised his unprofessionalism. He's a dog groomer turned photographer. Maybe he should just be taking photos of dogs.
Yeah, he's just being a little bitch.
You shouldn't call dogs bitches. Not until you've heard their side of the story. Anyway, what do you make of this?
I think,
Anyone who's mad at it is a cheapskate.
yeah, I don't know. Surely you'll have like me and you, Skip. Surely there'll be another wedding. don't worry about that
There's
one.
plenty more. 2-0.
Just have another one. I mean, I say it's the groom's fault because, I mean, imagine fronting your new wife and saying, we've got no photos from the wedding.
It's
Like she would fucking hit the roof.
It's one of those situations where it's like a small decision that has fucked you up so much.
The butterfly effect.
Oh my how have you been? I can't even. That's crazy. And it's not even like most of these stories. There's always like a slight edge to it where it's like the other person always did something wrong. From that, he sounds like, all right, I'll take you on your word. Left, deleted the photos. That sounds like that's what the groom was telling him to do. He did it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I reckon? I reckon instead of paying $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a photographer, you get someone and you say, just take the formal photos, the important people, and then invite all your friends to take their photos on their phones, so that and then you can get them to email them to
Yeah, look, this is the thing. People already do this.
and then you can and it'd be great to see the wedding through your guest's eyes.
Yeah, but also you want your guests to have fun.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're taking photos anyway. They may as well post them to the website. So
yeah, people already do that. There's fully a thing for that.
There's an app for it.
Yeah, there is.
is there an emoji for it?
I don't know, like, but you reap what you sow. Like, clearly these people are cheapskates, and the cost of a meal is so minuscule compared to the price this guy's going to have to pay for not having photos for his wedding. Like, what an idiot.
I think the guy's a prick. Should have fed
It
him.
doesn't even sound like it was a bit. He asked to leave and get food. He didn't even ask for food from the venue.
Have you ever done somebody a favor that's like completely been thrown back in your face? Like, has that ever happened to you?
Coaching at these competitions, I go at 8 a.m, unpaid, unsubsidized. It's like 40 degrees in that fucking wrestling venue. I'll go there at 8 a.m. I'm coaching all day, and I'll leave at 8 at the afternoon. I'm there for 12 hours. I don't get catered. I don't get paid. I don't even get water given to me, bro. Oh, Lee.
Stop your whinging. They're teaching you discipline for life. This is what happens in life.
This happened the other week. I was looking after this person's dog, and I had to drop the dog back to their house. So I had to put the dog inside and then put it out the backyard. And so once I put it out the backyard, I closed the screen door, and then the wooden door wouldn't quite close properly. And I thought, I wonder why that is. And I couldn't work it out. So being me, I absolutely fucking jammed it and shut it. And then I said to them, oh, look, the dog's out in the backyard. I've closed the back door. And they said, how did you close both back doors? And I said, I just shoved it till it went. They said, that can't happen because now the door won't open. And they literally had to get a tradesman in to take the door handle off to get the back door open. So I copped an absolute ribbing over that, but I was just trying to do my best.
Did they tell you about it? Or
No,
you just,
they claim they did, but I don't know. I don't remember them saying don't close two doors or what.
I once lent a friend a motor car for a weekend. I'll tell you who off air. They got a speeding. Was it a speeding ticket? It was a red light. They got a fine.
Yeah.
And it was during the weekend that I'd lent them the car, and they didn't pay it.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I'll tell you who it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's ordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not bad karma. I believe in karma, and I think everything that goes around comes around.
Adam, you know I'm not a keen supporter of the monarchy. I am a Republican, but I appreciated the late Queen Elizabeth II because I grew up with her and her photo in every RSL club and every classroom. And I do wonder where the future of the monarchy is. But Prince Andrew is in a pile of shit today, and I'd like your thoughts on this. You remember Prince Andrew did that News of the World interview, the car crash interview, where he revealed he didn't sweat and wasn't a friend of Epstein and so on and so forth. He said during that interview...
Bullshit. Yeah.
He said during that interview that he had not seen or had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein since 2010. He cut off all contact with Epstein in 2010. Today we find out that there is an email that has been sent to Jeffrey Epstein in 2011. It's quite shocking. It says, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we are in this together and we'll have to rise above it. Otherwise, keep in close touch," and you're waiting for this, "and we'll play some more soon." The email was signed with the letter A and HRH, Duke of York. That was sent in 2011. He said in the News of the World interview he hadn't had any contact with Epstein since 2010. He's clearly lied. The thing that horrifies me about that is, and we will play some more. Play some more. We're talking about a convicted pedophile. What do you do with Andrew now? What should King Charles do with his brother now? Vice Captain?
I mean, I think now that the Queen has gone, I think that the royal families, it's going to go to shit. Like, there's no one. They used to be held in such high esteem and they were prim and proper, but now there's divorces, there's family spats, there's I'm not going to live in England anymore. There's There's all sorts of shit. So, yeah, they've just sort of they've come down a couple of pegs. But what can you do? What can the king do? Like, it's his brother, and his brother's a creep. And I think that Epstein circle reaches very far and wide.
He could completely cut him off, but make him pay his own way, take him off the royal income. But you see, the problem and by the way, I am optimistic because I think William is the future of the monarchy now. He and Catherine are very, very popular, and King Charles isn't well, so we don't know how long he's got. So I think William is loved by nearly one and all. Harry's, decided he doesn't want to be a royal. Then he does, and then he doesn't. When he does, he wants security. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But I think the problem with King Charles is that if he does completely excommunicate Andrew could now do a Harry and go to a country that will embrace him, probably Saudi Arabia, because if he goes to America, he could get arrested and be subpoenaed to go to court and give evidence. So I doubt he'd go to America, but he could go, he's liked for some reason by the Saudis. He could go live a life of luxury there and write a book, My Life by Andrew, or The Real Story Andrew, and dish out all the dirt on King Charles, his brother, his sister Anne, his nephew Harry, his nephew William. Netflix would pay a squillion for it, and the books would absolutely make him millions. And I think Charles is worried that might happen.
If he has participated in this type of activity, then he needs to be charged.
Yes.
Yeah,
Put
absolutely.
him in jail. Straight to jail.
Well, there was a civil suit, remember, and that was settled out of court. And that poor young girl took her own life. So that's why I don't think he'll step foot in the United States, because I think he'd be arrested as soon as he landed. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Wonderboy? Do your friends at your age care about the monarchy?
Not a single fucking clue. Like, it's not even care at this point. It's like there's like no care and also no knowledge of them. It's just like, that they exist. That's pretty much where it ends.
That doesn't surprise me.
Like, I barely know anything you just said. Like, it all just seems stupid that we still got kings and queens and all that shit.
It is stupid. It's totally irrelevant. It should be totally debunked. No one gives a fuck about them.
I would love Australia's head of state to be an
Do
Australian.
we need a head of state? Anyway, I don't get it.
We do. It's the Governor General who is the King's representative. We do have a head of state.
And he gets paid like $1 bajillion.
The head of state should be an Australian and democratically elected, I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wonderboy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here in the Man Cave. As you can see, we just gibber and solve some of the world's problems. We try and...
That is a big claim.
That's a massive claim. Vice Captain, we won't talk for a couple of weeks. What do you got coming up?
What have I got coming up? I've got a nice little antique. So actually, what I've got, it goes online. Went online last night. Is a turn of the century music box, German made. It's called a Polyphon. Have a look at eva.com.au. You'll find it there. But it's a beautiful thing. Pretty rare. I've only ever seen one other one, and I've been around the block a couple of times.
We can't wait. We'll keep an eye on it. All Bids Auctions. Adam McDonald is the general manager of All Bids Auctions, the biggest online auction house in the Southern Hemisphere. Can I just say this, Wonderboy? What an absolute pleasure to have you here in the Man Cave. Did you enjoy yourself?
It was great.
Good luck with your BJJ, and if it goes into MMA or whatever it is you choose to do, I know you'll be successful, and you're a wonderful young man, and your father is very, very proud, and so he should be.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So thank you so much for being with us, episode 62. I'll be away for a couple of weeks, but we'll still provide you with plenty of content.
Yes, we're not leaving you high and dry. We're actually, I guess we're introducing some little shows we're calling Boners Back Burner. So stay tuned for that. They will be dropping while Luke is away. But Luke, we know that we can't go anywhere without getting your thought for the day. I cannot believe that this has become a regular thing.
No, it's just an observation. Thanks to you and my family, you all thought that I needed help with my drinking.
Yeah, okay.
I hired a barman.
I don't get it.
Goodbye.
I don't get it.
He's helping me with drink.
Oh,
for Christ's sake. Need a post-show pick-me-up? I know what I'm grabbing. Nature Bee's new Power Bee Bite Bars, packed with protein, boosted with pollen, and they're bloody tasty too. And they're just $14.95 a box. Pair them with your Power Pollen capsules. You're going to thank me later. You can grab a 6-month supply of Power Pollen for just $160, and they'll throw in an extra month and 2 bars of their famous pollen and honey soap for free. Nature Bee's got everything you need to keep energized all day, every day. Do not wait. The ultimate wellness routine is just a click away. Head to the description now.